feed it back to them.
It was never on a stick flying past our heads. It was hitting us. It hit our butts. Y'all know what I want to say. Just to feel that bass in your back at the party, it just makes you, oh, you dip all over the bass. You all over the back of it. Drum, the guitar, everything. So I wanted y'all to get the experience of hearing the system that make you the way you did. The songs we grew up off, they didn't have an added bass from the machine. It was real bass. So that's why you're not getting a but we heard it like that. And it's because of the systems like this. So, if you ever get into want to have your equipment, go old school. If you want to touch on that music, that phone, that all that stuff, this stuff right here really drives that music. All right, so what you're not doing is you're not feeling that vibration. I'm not putting nobody down, you know what I mean? Some people gotta get their money. But when you go to their thing and you look around and you go out to dance and you look at the speakers on them stands, you're gonna think about me? Like, I told us about them speakers. I felt empty out there on the stages when I was trying to come back to help the kids in 2000. I was like, something ain't right. I go out there to dance. I'm not feeling as funky as I am. What's happening? Oh, they getting lazy on us. No wonder. They're not feeling like us because they don't got the equipment. It's good to hear it, but it's better to feel it. So, I'm gonna let y'all feel some funk for a minute. We're gonna get to. Welcome to the 2023 Strutters Room Master Camp. I am your teacher. I might let y'all hear the song. I might give it a Juneteenth level.
In San Francisco, we have been working to support our African American community by investing in job skills and training, connecting youth with work-based learning opportunities, supporting Black-owned businesses with grants and no-interest loans, and reforming our criminal justice system and police department. It's a challenging time right now, and we have a lot of work ahead of us. I will need every one of you to continue to work together and stay engaged so that we can push for a more equitable and just society. For now, let's not forget to celebrate our art and culture by having a great time and supporting one another. Thank you, Lonnie Green, again, for keeping this tradition alive.
You want history? History. Then I'll give you history. What messages? No kind of advice? My yes. Huh? What? Close encounters of the funkiest kind. The line of Strutters. Brand new role choice. Media service Richmond robots. PT 3000. What? They
And I walked up to him. I got on my bike and I walked up to him. I said, hey, y'all ever seen something like this? And then the first thing I did was I stepped out. Right? And then all the students at the ballet studio was like, do that again, do that again, do that again, right? I'm like, well, I mean, y'all understand. I mean, I don't want y'all to be tripping on this, but have y'all ever really just seen, you know what I'm saying? I was talking to them like how we talk. I said, y'all ever seen any, this really, you know what I'm saying? What's happening? Y'all heard, right? And then the teacher ran out, whoever that was. And I need to thank Sandy for fixing that in my life from the ballet studios because she hired me. So, moving forward, their teacher ran outside and said, all of y'all stop doing that. Don't do that. Don't do that. And you get away from here. You will never see a day in here. She basically told me I would never get in that building.
Chapter there, so we're just beginning. So this is amazing. My question though kind of piggybacks on what you guys were just talking about. I'm very curious about what was the environment, the dance culture. Like, did you practice all week because you knew there was a jam coming up on Saturday? You had to floss, or was there only certain people that could strut? Like that type of thing. I'm just really curious about what was the environment, what was that dance culture at that time?
So my question to you is, let's try to go back to the dance cultures of our ancestors in different countries now.
That's Zulu Nation and any of that. Now I'm afraid because I didn't see motherfuckers coming up at me like mad at me for what I'm talking about. And they from the nation, I'm thinking like, where do I sign up? Why ain't a Zulu then? I'm seeing kids all in this state, that state wearing jackets and coming at me like they smarter than me and shit like that. I'm like, why? Well, why none of us from the Bay Area Zulu Nation? As far as the OGs. So 71, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, we got left out of a whole lot of talking, and don't make me shut up.
Hey, guess what's funny is you said that last time we was listening to when growing up. Rock the Bells, they just gave y'all mad props to the Bay Area and you. And know what y'all do.
You know what? I appreciate everybody.
LL gave shout on that
Actually, me and LL Cool J, you talking about LL Cool J, right? Me and LL Cool J got a cameo together in the Digital Underground Do What You Like remix.
Did you not hear it on the radio?
You go to that video, the Humpty Dance. I'm in that when I helped Shock them get the Humpty Dance out, right?
Oh, okay.
Because I had helped push that, because I was the pushing of it from my group, K Cloud Crew. You see all of us in the white jackets, that's my group. So I'm in hip hop. I went into hip hop strong. I said, if I'm gonna be in hip hop, I'm gonna be a champion here in the hip hop game. Okay, now I done went from all this to, okay, we ready to go into hip hop now. See, but I came from all the original dances of stepping from my family. My family was stepping already, and I didn't even know nothing about no boogaloo and robot and strut. So when I got the film one, picked it up and lost my first talent show and seen it, I said I can't even lose it because I was already a champion over here in the handball. So losing felt bad. You know, that made me mad to go to Fillmore and lose something. I can't be losing over here. I was a champion over across town already. You know what I'm saying? So plus when we was kids, we wanted to make it to our grandmother's mantles. Most of our grandmothers had mantles with awards on them. I used to walk in every day and just look at my aunties, my uncles, everybody boxing. I want to make it to the mantle. Yeah. I don't know about nobody else, what they do it for, but I was always trying to make it to the mantle.
similar conditions that are nuanced a little bit. So when we look in this community, I'm certain, right, that here in Hunters Point, right, we're going to see the need for individuals to improve their own standard of living through economic access is the foremost issue impacting people's survival, right? So in a capitalist system, we're on competition. So when the cost of living goes up 300% in 2 years, but our wages have been stagnant, when the means of production have been automated so people are forced out of work, we see people participating in an economy with fewer choices, less stability, less security. This model that we see isn't as intense in the United States, but it's the same model that the colonial powers have been utilizing across the world and in Africa for centuries. So when we go into the community, we hear the narrative about all the violence and instability and the abject poverty in the continent of Africa. We hear, what's one of the narratives we hear? We hear about child soldiers, right? So we hear about young people who are armed in armed conflict, often with other African people, over extraction of resources for the consolidation of wealth. This is the same thing that's driving what's happening in Africa now with the development of infrastructure through neo-colonial, neoliberal powers, Chinese, Western interests, military base. We know right now, they're
control of apartheid and colonial power for the longest time on the African continent. We had to, after we taught for many years the elements of hip hop culture, had to shift our focus away from the elements specifically to teach a sense of self-worth. And that's why I asked that question earlier about, because many young people we prepare to be b-boys or MCs end up being part of the industry, and then they don't pass any of that information back to the community. And we then focus more on the content of what we're sharing and how we're sharing that information, so that the work stays in the community. More young people can participate in the bigger capitalist agenda, but understand that there's a African agenda that needs to be addressed. And so what we've done is to try and there was a question earlier that also asked about language. I think it was Irwan that asked about language. And so where we are as a port city, and we speak a Creole language that was stolen by the Boers that people know as Afrikaans. And this language was actually put into a dictionary and the Bible by the white regime in South Africa, and then vilified the original creators of the language, of this Creole language, who still speak it and still innovate it in the community that I'm from. So a lot of the work that we decided to do was not just speak about Black consciousness, but to localize the content by trying to find ways to actually create dictionaries and the Bible, if needs be, or even the Quran, into this language that was actually first spoken or first written as in Arabic form, which now is the property of white South Africa.
I want people to experience it. After a while, people unfortunately associate the Blackness only with community sex, and so there was an insistence to separate the two, and that's when we stopped.
The kids wanted to do a song about the rights for immigrant children to go to school. This is Southern Spain, Grenada, Spain, and there are a lot of Moroccan immigrants and African immigrants. And there was this young girl who, it took 2 years for her and her mother to fight for her to get the rights to go to school. So that was the subject that they chose, and the entire school got involved. The teachers, the principal, the local news came out and interviewed us and interviewed the kids. The kids were invited to perform at multiple events in the community. So the huge ripple effects of these young children rapping and singing to educate each other and other children, and adults use and just find it, incredibly beautiful. So that was the first project that hip hop stage life did after COVID. From there we went to the Dominican Republic and did a project. And then so last year I actually took off.
across the United States. If you want to look it up, you can find it online. One video after of working with older adults across the United States, a compliance rate of 90%, which is almost double the compliance rate of the Silver Sneakers program, which Medicare and Medicaid actually uses. We're trying to get that changed. So, the moment I got there, I had all these people bowing and scraping to make me happy. And I'm like, okay, let's see what's going on. So what happened was at the very end of the competition, they always have what they call a professionals party, which was 3 doors down from the room that they gave me, so I couldn't really listen. So I walk into the room, it is so crowded. They parted like the proverbial Red Sea. And what happened, there was one place to sit available, and it was next to the man who had acted as MC for this competition. He introduced himself to me as being from the International Olympic Committee. And he told me of the plan by the World Dance Sport Federation, aka Russian Federation, to bring breaking into the Olympics as a sport. I told him that they were ill-advised, that breaking was one of the pillars of hip-hop culture, and that to take a culture, a dance away from the culture that feeds it, is a form of genocide. Well, the Russians didn't listen to me. About 8 months on the educational committee with the USA Dance, which is the American chapter of the World Dance Sport Federation. I saw conflict of interest from the very first day. And I'm the type of person, I see something like that, and I start yelling. But they had me stay on as an observer, and then finally when they asked me to commit the conflict of interest,
the poetic aspect of it, because our voices are not heard. How do you want to be heard? You choose. It's a choice that you make. So if somebody says that, no, Rahman, you can't do that, and then you say, oh, black man says I can't do that. You see what happened? I wanted somebody to tell me that I cannot do it because I can validate that and say, well, you said I can't do it, but why can't I go against the grain? And like, you know what? You said I can't do it, watch me. Because I want to fly, and when I fly, I will look down and say, like, you know what? I told you I can do it. Because that's what's happening now, where we are stuck in this space where we don't want to allow ourselves to grow. And hence the reason when I said in my introduction, that it's a beautiful space to be around. Because we also have around people too who are very innovative. You know, Tart works with very much alongside with the technical community, that's the indigenous community. And how do we establish and emphasize, because they were also the ones who have been hard hit by the whole invasion of, you know, their land. And now they can't reclaim their land. We were talking about the reparations earlier, Brother Rahman, you know, and guess what's happening? Yes, we can do the reparations, but we have to look at this close, this fast, and see that this line here, who gets the money, who gets what? Why are we getting there? But if you look at other communities where it was the whole, all these refugee camps and like the Nazis and all that, what happened? They got millions and millions. They never had like question who gets the money. They get the money. So, but when it comes to black and brown people, it's question who gets the money. So for us as the Thai Institute, we continue again to emphasize. So I want to make sure that those who are watching, they understand the importance of what Thai does. And we have a plethora of programs that we're doing. And currently, Ms. Kim Pool is doing a 10-state tour. They're doing a 10-state tour bus driving. I don't know where they are. Putting out a product here in America. And the money that we generate from here goes straight to them. So which means now what's happening? They are making more money. There is now autonomy to control the time. They know how they can now even make more produce out of what they have gotten from the first shipment that they brought over to America. So now what we're creating leverage, you're creating sustainability, and then you also now creating a space where they're able to bring in a workforce, where they're able to bring in young men, young women to come and help in the market, to come and help with the marketing, come and help with the designing. And now you're creating a space where a young man that was sitting in the street thinking about going to rob someone, now they're thinking about how can I have to go and help in the market. A young man who was thinking about what am I going to eat tonight? Well, if I go to the market and go and get a shipment and send it to the
right, left, and forward, and up, and out. Push. You look good. Be the best. You're great. Thank you very much. I feel that wave is happening. And push. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The sharper you can be, the faster you can be, the stronger you can be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Hey, here we go. Drop. 1, 2, hey, wave, vibration, you're gonna work on that. That takes a lot of energy. Push, martial arts is in the house. Wave, wave. Now that's what you wanna do. You wanna make this a brace. Okay. Make that wrist tight as you can. Don't let it bounce if you can, and make that do the job. Okay. And then that push. Yep. Don't cup it. Keep it out. Okay. Now push it past your face. Snatch yourself over it, and lean out. Once you get that here, easy here. Make sure you lean out once you drop to look that direction. Okay. Then pull in. Okay. That's all it is. Okay. Let's go. turn, up. Trot, up. You ready for the bird? Here we go. Ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back, up, out, trot. Left, out, right. Curve, curve. Chinese karate. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3. Oh, my fault. You say back, forward. Dip, up, twist. Dip, up, twist. Right, left, up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Look at the audience down in front of you. Put your step out. Check the audience in the back of you. Pull it in. I had the honor. We the ones that, see, all our OGs, they didn't have to deal with hip hop. We did. You know what I'm saying? We did. And we shared with the new generation in hip hop this art form. And we were the ones that a lot of people were talking about before they got to learning about the close encounters and the Black resurgence messages. That was me brought all that back up. Because I wanted you to know it was more than the demons and just us. You know what I'm saying? Most people would leave it at, oh, we the stars. It's like, oh no, y'all think we good? We got some more people for y'all to meet. I didn't want y'all stuck on one. I want y'all to have chapters. If you're really serious about this art form and you want to really, really dig deep, well, Demons of the Mind is a whole subject of their own. Close Encounter style is a whole subject. The Magicians is a subject. Baby Funk. Do you know how many years of work y'all got? Y'all got a lifetime of work. If you say, okay, I'm gonna focus on the demons for this whole year. Study the hell out of the demons, get all the information you can. Now, I want to get to some live, I want to get to some grand. You know what I'm saying? You can go that way. I gave you that. I pulled it out so you can have more than just, you know what I'm saying? You got the culture. And that was really hard. You know what I'm saying? But some people don't want their stuff seen or even brought up unless they did it themselves. You know what I'm saying? It's just like any other group. It's like, hold on, man, you can't just put my group out there like that line. You didn't ask me. See, that can happen. But it won't happen like that because I'm a champion and I'm caring about them. So if it came from somebody else, it's probably like, hey, bud, hey, man, don't do that. I don't know you like that. Don't put my picture on the internet. They still like that to this day. So I made everybody give me one of something so I can have a group of something to show y'all. And that's what they did. That's why the things you see came from me requesting. Well, if you ain't gonna do that, bud, you ain't gonna trust these people with cameras and man, y'all move. Give me something so I can keep moving, man. I'm gonna take care of it. And that's why you see these pictures and little interviews here and there. You know what I'm saying? They trying to help me do that, but still keep their secret until they feel like they want to really release it. You know what I'm saying? So.